Hi folks, and welcome to my channel where we encourage each other to be better and do good. My videos come out every Monday morning, and this particular Monday just happens to also be a national holiday. So I thought, what better topic for today than the holiday that it falls on, which of course is Labor Day. And then I thought, what is Labor Day? But before we get started, did you hear the news? I mean, the news about the riot in Chicago? Well, actually, it didn't start out as a riot. It started out as a peaceful protest, but things kind of got violent, and then it turned into a riot, and I think they called in several thousand federal troops, put it down, and unfortunately, yeah, some lives were lost, but it was quelled, it was put down, things are okay now, and it's all right. But you know, then the weird thing to me was, then people started getting mad at the president. They somehow thought it was his fault. They started blaming the president. Oh, okay, hold on. I probably need to give you a few more details and facts, don't I? Because, you know, a lot of us have a habit of jumping to conclusions. And if we don't have all of the facts and all of the details, we oftentimes are going to jump to the wrong conclusion, aren't we? You see, you might have thought from the little blurb that I gave you that this was talking about something in the news this week. Well, it wasn't. No, it was from the news of June 1894. That's right, 1894. It was the Pullman strike in Chicago, Illinois, and it was President Grover Cleveland. Well, what does this have to do with Labor Day? Well, let's back up a few years and we'll see. Let's go back 12 years to 1882. 1882 was the very first Labor Day parade in the United States of America. And the workers, actually in New York City, about 10,000 of them got together and had the very first Labor Day parade. They marched from City Hall to Union Square, and then they followed up that activity with cookouts and picnics and music and bands and entertainment and speeches. And it was a great first Labor Day celebration. But you know, the thing is, those workers had to take that day off without pay. They took it off voluntarily. It wasn't a national holiday. It wasn't even a state holiday. In fact, it wasn't a holiday at all. So it was kind of interesting that they got this started. But you see, what it started for, the reason behind it was America in the latter half of the 1800s was going through what we call the Industrial Revolution. It meaning we were industrializing. We were getting geared up with factories and mines and mills to build things and make things that were going to propel us into our future and make us a strong nation and a strong, powerful country. And indeed it did. But you see, part of the problem with that was that the men, the women, and the children, yes, the children, I mean, 8 or 10-year-olds, as small as 5 and 6-year-olds even, were having to work in these mines and these mills and these factories. And you think, well, except for the children, what's so bad about that? I'll tell you what's so bad about that. These conditions that they worked under, almost none of us, trust me, almost none of us would work under those conditions today. They worked very hard. And I know, you say you work hard, and I appreciate that, because you know, hard work is still an ethic that's out there. And many of us, yes, we work hard. Some of us, though, have an idea of what working hard is that, you know, when we go down in our office building, we go to the community zone, the lounge area, and the big screen TV that's up on the wall isn't on that day, and we can't figure out how to get it working, and somebody ran off with the remote, and we think, oh, this is terrible, and we think that's hard work in bad conditions. Or we go across the hall to the other side of the community zone, and there's the ping pong table and the ping pong paddles, but someone has absconded with the ping pong balls, and we can't play ping pong on our hourly break of our 8-hour workday, so we can leave this afternoon, get in our nice car, drive down the road, and go do things, and look forward to our weekend of Saturday and Sunday. And of course, here we have, at our work, we have some benefits, don't we? We have some health insurance, some life insurance. We have some holidays, and we have time off, and we have, most of us, a 40-hour work week. Those things they did not have in the 1800s. They just didn't exist. Those people, those men, women, and children who worked in the mills and the factories and the mines, a 12-hour workday was standard. In unsanitary conditions, very, very hard labor. Now, again, I understand we work hard, and psychologists tell us there's two different kinds of hard labor. There's physical labor where we come home exhausted. I've done some of that. I've helped pave roads. I've helped build custom and install custom cabinets. I've helped build houses. I've worked in construction. I've worked in construction. There you go. And so I understand coming home and being exhausted and tired physically. And the second thing they tell us is that we can also work hard mentally. Isn't that right? Now, fortunately, I'm blessed today that I have a desk job. I sit in front of a computer all day. So at the end of the workday, my body isn't tired. Well, it's tired of sitting all day, but I come home with my brain exhausted. It's tired because, yes, it worked hard. And some of the jobs, some of the things we do are combinations where we work hard physically and mentally. So we're still out there working hard, but fortunately for us, we have better working conditions than what they had. They worked in unsanitary conditions, very few restroom conditions. They had no benefits. They worked long and hard. And just think, no air conditioning. I mean, that's hard enough in itself, isn't it? But they worked in dirty situations, in hard labor situations, unsafe situations. The machines they worked on in these mills and factories had no safeguards on them. They didn't have any way to keep from being injured. And when they did get injured, they had no insurance, no benefits, no workers' comp to help pay for getting better and getting healed. And those things just did not exist. So the workers began to collectively go and say, hey, we deserve better. We deserve cleaner. We deserve more sanitary. We deserve more safe situations, so safer machines. And we deserve shorter hours. We don't need to have men, women, and children out here working 12 hours a day, 70, 80 hours a week, working on Saturday and Sunday, very few holidays, no vacation. And on and on and on, and for very, 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 very little pay, minuscule pay. Most of us today would just not work under those conditions with that amount of pay. We just wouldn't do it. But they had to do it. They had to exist. They had to live. They had to subsist. But they began to band together and say, we deserve better. We are the workers of America. We are what keeps this mill, this factory, this mine going, and we deserve better. So in 1882, they got together and had that very first Labor Day parade, and it was there to celebrate and appreciate the hard-working people of the United States of America. And then over the next 12 years, one state after another, Oregon being the first actually, but one state after another began to make it a state holiday. And then ultimately, in the aftermath of the Pullman riot there in 1894 in Chicago, President Grover Cleveland signed into law making Labor Day a national holiday. And it was supposed to be to represent, to thank, to appreciate the hard-working men and women of America, those who propelled this nation forward, those who made this country strong. It was to, appreciate them. And that means also, if you're one of those today, it's there to appreciate you, isn't it? I mean, think about the men and women who built this country. I mean, the Chinese immigrants and the Irish immigrants who laid those miles and miles and miles of track, building that transcontinental railroad, the Central Pacific and the Union Pacific that met in Promontory Point, Utah, and drove that Golden Spike. The men who drive those trains, who get those trains and move that merchandise across the country. Think about the men and women who built the roads. Have you driven our country? Have you driven on those roads? You know, some of them go across bridges and across bodies of water, across valleys. Some of them go straight through mountains, through tunnels, or where they had to cut out the mountain. Just think about the people who built those roads. Think about the truckers today who drive those roads constantly, getting all those goods across the country for us. Think about the guy who manufactured your car so that it's safe, so that when you take your family on your vacation that you now have as a benefit. Think about that he built that car with pride, and he built that car out of hard work so it would be safe for you and your family. How about the guy that services your car? so that it's safe when you go on your trip. All of the people that do all of the things of which we are a part as the working force of America. The guy that picks up your trash every week, do you appreciate him? I mean, what if he didn't come for a few weeks? Wow, that would be rough, right? All of the people who do everything, whether it's the healthcare workers, the law enforcement, or the teachers, the retail workers. And now we have a national holiday. Yeah, it took a few more years to really get all of the laws in place, to get the benefits that we have, the 40-hour work week we have, the vacation time, the holidays. And here's an interesting fact about holiday. So when they decided to put it into law and make Labor Day a national holiday, they decided to put it in the first Monday of September. So it falls the first Monday of September. And the reason is they wanted to have, for the workers to have a break between that long expanse between 4th of July and Thanksgiving. They felt like working families needed another break right in there between Independence Day and Thanksgiving Day. So they put it on this day. And what I want you to know is this is a holiday that is not a religious holiday. It's not about the founding of the country. It's not about the birthday of presidents or civil rights leaders. It's a very small group, sort of like a Veterans Day and Armed Forces Day, where it's representing and thanking and appreciating a group of people. And this group of people is the men and women who work and make America great. Because you know, America, the United States of America, is the greatest country in the world. It's the greatest country in the history of the world. But what makes America great is not a big government. It's not welfare. It's not government subsidies. No, no, no. What makes America great is those hard-working men and women, you and me, every day who get up out of bed, go do our job, and our job that promotes this country. It provides goods and services for the people of not only this country, but other countries as well. And it's the hard work that you do every day that is appreciated by celebrating Labor Day. So when you're having Labor Day today and you're off, you're one of the few, fortunate ones who actually gets off for the national holiday, remember this is about you. It's not just a day to grill out and have a parade. It is also a day to be appreciated by being one of the hard workers of America. But, not everybody gets the day off, even though they should be appreciated. So when you have to make a last minute, you're going to grill out and you're running low on burgers and brats because you got more family coming than you thought, you got to run over to Publix or Kroger and pick up a few more. And you know who's working there? The grocery workers are there, aren't they? Thank them. They didn't get off today, but they should be appreciated, right? Oh, it's the big Labor Day sale. So you decide there's something you need to pick up today. You didn't really need it before, but now that it's on sale, you got to run get it. And you run over to the mall to pick up this Labor Day sale item. Who's there? The retail workers, right? There. And hey, when you decide you need a snack and you want to run through the drive-through and pick up a burger or a chicken sandwich, and there's a young person in that window or on that microphone or bringing the food out to your car, thank them and appreciate them. That young person is there working that day on Labor Day because they are learning the value of a dollar. They are experiencing the work ethic of America. They are helping this nation grow and build and stay strong and stay one of the greatest countries and nations in the world. And Labor Day is all about you. It's about the hard-working people, the hard-working men and women who make this country strong. Happy Labor Day to you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it so much. We'll see you next week.